Hello and welcome to another rousing edition of In My Mailbox here at YA Bibliophile. My name is Heidi and I will be your host. Yeah, I got kind of bored with saying, hey guys, every week. I'm not really dramatic, so maybe I won't do that again. But if you think of a better intro instead of saying the same thing every week, let me know. Originally, I thought this week's In My Mailbox would be very brief because I had only received one book, and although it was great, I didn't think I'd be doing a video, but then some more really cool stuff came in the mail. Like yesterday I got this box of Awesome from, well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But we'll start with the book. The book that I got originally was The Piper's Son by Melina Marchetta. I got this as part of an ARC tour from Jen Bighart at I Read Banned Books. There's her little logo, you may have seen that. I will link to her website down below. This book, well, Melina Marchetta is very well known for Jellicoe Road and Binnikin of the Rock, some of her other books. I have not read those two, but I did read her book Saving Francesca, and I absolutely loved it. And this book right here is a companion to Saving Francesca. It takes place a few years later, and it's the same group of friends that were in Saving Francesca. It's not about Francesca, but this one's about Tom. So I am pretty excited for this one. This one is due out in March, and it's from Candlewick Press. So I'm excited for that. The other thing that I got that was kind of bookish, not actually a book, came from the fabulous Kim Harrington, who wrote Clarity. She sent a number of bookmarks that are signed, you can see a signature on there, for my students. I'm a middle school librarian, so to avoid them, as well as this really cool sticker. So this was a fabulous book. I read it. I got that one from Scholastic earlier, and I did my review about it. I've been trying to come up with ways that I can figure out how I want to hand these out to my students. I was going to have them wash my car, but it was -7 yesterday here in Wisconsin, so that's probably not going to work. Alright, now on to my book of Awesome. This came from Scholastic, and it was actually really great. It actually came yesterday. I had already gotten my mail, and there was nothing really in it, so I was bummed that I didn't get anything super fun this week except for this, but I was expecting this, so although it was awesome, I knew it was coming. And then I heard the wonderful sound of the UPS truck. And so I think I rushed out and scared my new best friend, the UPS guy. But either way, I got this really great book. And really great box of books. There's 5 books in it. The first one, when I opened it, was this one, Storm Runners. This is more a middle grade novel. Roland Smith is the author. My students love him. He wrote Peak, which we use in 8th grade, as well as Elephant Run and IQ and a whole bunch of others. So he is a very big favorite. It's quite short. I read it yesterday in about an hour. I want to say it's like 140 pages or so. My students are going to love it. They're also going to hate it because it ends like right in the middle of the story. It's a very big cliffhanger ending, and obviously the other one isn't out yet. The cover, it says Storm Runners, but apparently this one's actually called Storm Runners The Wind because the next one is Storm Runners The Surge. It's about a boy named Chase Masters, which I thought was kind of corny. A storm chaser named Chase Masters. Whatever. He and his dad gets hit by lightning, and from that point on, Chase's whole life changes. And he and his dad chase storms, basically. And they are in Florida chasing a hurricane, and the unexpected happens. So it was good. Like I said, adventure, a lot of action, natural disaster kind of stuff. The boys and girls will both love it, but they're going to hate me because the other one's not coming out for a while. The next book that I saw in there was probably one I was most excited to see. It is the sequel to Numbers by Rachel Ward. This one's called The Chaos. This summer, a group of teachers that I work with and myself, we had a young adult book club, and we read about, I think we did like 5 or 6 books. Like every couple weeks we met to talk about a young adult book, and Numbers was one of the ones that we read. It was one of my picks. I liked Numbers a lot, but then at the end, when it showed you like coming soon, the sequel, The Chaos, I was so not cool with that. Like I was adamantly against this book existing. And this is not because I didn't like Numbers. I loved her writing. I wanted to read more of her work. I liked the way Numbers ended, and I liked where it ended, and I didn't want to know any more about it. So we had a big discussion. Everybody else in the book group was really excited for it, and I was like, no, I don't want this book to happen. But after reading the little enclosed letter about it, I'm much more excited about reading this one. So I think I may actually like it, even though I didn't want it to exist. Not that I don't like Rachel Ward, I think it was great, But for some reason, I just wanted that story to end there. And I can't tell you a whole lot about it because if I do, I'll ruin Numbers for you. I will tell you a little bit about Numbers. Numbers, the main character, is a girl named Jem, yeah, Jem. And when she looks into your eyes, she can see the day that you're going to die. So she sees these numbers in your eyes and she knows when you're going to die. Which, as like annoying as that would be in general, can you imagine like looking into your mother's eye or looking into your best friend's eyes and knowing when they're going to die? So it, you know, understandably, she's kind of a loner. But then she sees in people's eyes, a ton of people have the same death day in their eye, and it kind of triggers an adventure that she goes on with this boy. And yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you about it before giving it away. So anyway, I'm thrilled to have this. I'm really excited to read it. I can't wait to rub it into other people that I had book clubs with faces, kind of as a joke. Because it's kind of ironic that the one person in the book club who was like, no, there shouldn't be another one, is the one that gets the book. But I'm thrilled. I really am. And I did read like Numbers. You should read it. The next two books I wasn't incredibly familiar with. This first one is by Catherine Lasky. You may know her. She wrote The Guardians of Ga'Hoole, which was just made into a movie, The Owls, and Wolves of the Beyond, as well as like, I want to say she's written over 100 children's and young adult books. This is the second book 2 in The Daughters of the Sea. The first one's called Hannah, and it's a projected quartet, and it's the story of 4 mermaid sisters who've been raised on Earth. And I don't know if, I haven't read the first one yet, so I don't know if they know they're mermaids or not. But they're historical. They take place in like the 1800s. This one, the prologue is set in 1883. So it looks pretty interesting. She's popular with middle grade. However, this one says that it's this one's published by Scholastic Press. Ages 12 and up, grades 7 and up. So I think my middle schoolers will probably like it. I'll have to check it out. I believe that we have Hannah at school, so I'm going to read Hannah first, and then I would check out May. So that's that one. We also got Consumed by Kate Can. This is the sequel to Possessed, which I have not read. This one comes out in February. Daughters of the Sea, May, comes out in March. And then The Chaos comes out in March as well. And Storm Runners comes out in March. So this one, it says ages 14 and up, grades 9 and up. And on the inside, I'm not familiar with it, so I'll just read what it says. The evil hasn't disappeared, it's growing stronger. Rain's countryside escape has proven to be anything but. The remote mansion house where she lives and works holds terrible secrets, and she feels trapped there. When a charismatic but troubling new manager shows up, things take an even more sinister turn. Rain doesn't know who to trust. Even the ghost of Morton's Keep seemed to be warning her that something is wrong. It's up to Rain to overcome the ancient evil lurking here. But can she overcome the power before it consumes her? So, again, I'm going to have to look into Possessed, and then I'll read Consumed. This is from Point, Scholastic, and I typically really like their books, so I'm excited for that one. And the last book I got was actually really exciting for me. It's way down, let me see if I can get it out, at the bottom. It's Lost and Found 3 by Sean Tan, and I think this man is just amazing. He did The Arrival, which won a number of awards, Tales from Outer Suburbia as well. And this one, I want to say, let me just quick double check. Yeah, it's 3 stories, The Red Tree, The Lost Thing, and The Rabbits. And they were originally published as separate books in Australia, and they were distributed in the US, but never widely available. So now they've collected them, and they are going to be, obviously, more widely available. I was thrilled to get this one. So, yeah. This one is coming out in April. So that's kind of everything that was in my mailbox this week. I'd be interested to see what you got.